Okay, my name is Jools, and I want to tell you about a success story that we had with a campaign against the dolphin pool in Barley. We've all seen videos on Facebook and Twitter that shock us, and 3 years ago one came on my screen that was a dolphin pool in an area called Karamas in Bali. It was a tiny dolphin pool with 4 young dolphins recently captured from the wild. The amazing Jakarta Animal Lake Network, headed by amazing Femke de Haas, she fronted the video and she interviewed the owner, and she told the owner that this was wrong. The owner gave her the usual spiel. This is educational, we're going to put money into conservation. It was all lies, of course. The video just really hit me. The owner said the dolphins were happy. All I could see were these 4 young faces just looking up, where are we, where are we? So I decided to do something about it. So I contacted a friend of mine, Catherine, who's a graphic designer. We got the logo. Another friend, Anne, another friend, Jutta. They encouraged me to do what we wanted to do with this group, and the group Free Bali Dolphins was born. I got in touch with Jakarta Animal Lake Network and asked them what the hell was going on out there, because this was totally wrong. The owners had told her that this was legal. What we discovered was that a dolphin mafia group called WSI were paying fishermen to capture dolphins at night. The fishermen would bring the dolphins ashore and tell the forestry commissioner they'd been caught in the nets accidentally while they were out fishing. The permits were taken and the dolphins were brought ashore for rehabilitation, but of course those dolphins would never see the ocean again. They were sold to travelling circuses or to the various resorts around Bali. As well as the Karamas pool, there's one called Melka Hotel, which is a grotty hotel with a dolphin pool. Dolphins die regularly there. And also Dolphin Lodge, which sells itself and dolphins swimming in the wild. In fact, it's a rusty old sea pen and they're treated incredibly badly. So Free Bali Dolphins started to grow. We started to tweet the Forestry Commission. We started to tweet travel agents. We did it all politely, echoing what Molly was saying earlier. We weren't aggressive, we weren't rude. If we didn't get a reply from a tweet or an email, we just kept going. About 3 months after the pool had opened, you may recall a surfer called Craig Brockenshaw who started a petition. He was surfing by the pool and heard a whistle. Inquiring what the whistle was, he asked these kids, he said, "What's going on over there?" And they pointed him in the direction of the pool. He was expecting a volleyball game or kids playing football. What he saw, he couldn't believe it. So he did the right thing. He started a petition which started to circulate around the world. He went on news channels in Australia explaining the plight of dolphins in Bali, which is incredibly popular with Australian tourists. Incredibly, the petition got 700,000 signatures. It was absolutely extraordinary. We sent a petition to the Forestry Commission. We didn't get any reply. We weren't disheartened. So with my friends Anne and Jutta, we started to collate tweet storms. We started to email the forestry. We did calls to action. We asked people to visit these pools and take pictures. A friend of mine, Rodney, who lives in Bali, would go frequently to Waka to inspect the dolphins, and unfortunately they were deteriorating. They started to go blind because of the chlorine in the pool. Remember, these dolphins are barely 18 months old, already they're going blind. One of the dolphins was so deteriorated so badly that he was actually removed. We don't know his fate, but he was replaced almost immediately. The dolphins in Bali are just captured all one by one. It's like throwing out an old pair of shoes. If your trainers wear out, you just go and buy another one. That's how the dolphins are treated out there. So we kept going, we kept going. Dolphin Projects have the first purpose-built sanctuary called Camp Lumba, which shamefully lies empty. But we weren't disheartened, we kept going. We searched on Twitter for people who had been to these pools and been to various resorts in Bali. Again, echoing what Molly said, we weren't aggressive. What the hell are you doing? Send them some facts. So look, this is what's going on. Slowly, people living in Bali started to contact me direct and saying, "We had no idea this was going on. What can we do? What can we do?" We got protests organised, and then street artists came out, started putting very smart street art of dolphins with the hashtag Free Bali Dolphins around Indonesia. Things were really starting to fire. Valentina Miller with Femke organised music events. It was fun. They went to schools, they taught the kids with puppets that dolphins can be fun as well, captivity is wrong. So we fast forward 2 years later, so just before Christmas, and we got a message through that some dolphin catchers have been arrested. This was an extraordinary breakthrough because they've had free rein for the best part of 2 to 5 years, just catching dolphins willy-nilly with the backup from the Forestry Commission. These arrests were highly significant. The 4 dolphins were captured and were taken to Camp Lumba, where sadly 2 of them passed away. The captive process was so bad they succumbed to their injuries. One of them was released within a month, the other is still in Camp Lumba waiting for release. This was a huge breakthrough and gave us massive heart. So we praised the Forestry Commission, say thank you for taking this action. Our words were listened. 3 months later, the end of March, we got another photo from the Wake pool. The pool was empty and we were told it was being refurbished. We weren't sure about this, so we inquired deeper. We were told that by the staff that in fact, yes, the dolphin pool was going to be refurbished. One of the dolphins was pregnant and was being taken away, but the pool would open within a month. So we contacted the Forestry Commission and asked, what is going on here? Can you tell us what is going on? We didn't get any news. So Dolphin Projects and FEMKI, Jakarta Emirate Network, made further investigations. And on Friday the 13th, April Friday the 13th of this year, it turned out to be lucky for us. As we got more photos, Wake pool was closed. It wasn't closed for refurbishment, it was closed for good. It was permanently closed. All the hard work had paid off. Don't be rude to people on Twitter. Don't be rude to Japanese. Don't be rude to Russian. Don't be rude to Chinese. It does work. We've got arrests. We've got a pool that's closed. And I have to tell you that the dolphins ended up in a travelling circus. It's far from ideal, but we have an icon. We have a platform. We have an empty pool. So contact me on Facebook. Get the photo of an empty pool. These permits were not renewed because of pressure. The staff told our visitors it was public pressure. They couldn't believe that people from around the world had focused on this tiny pool in Barley. So keep going, keep going. It's not right that dolphins are in hotel pools. It's not right that dolphins are in tiny pools. They can see their home 10 yards away. It's not right that orcas are taken from Russian waters and sold into China. Empty the tanks.